All right, auditions on. Stream will start in 3, 2, 1.
They've done studies, 60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Hello there.
You talking to me?
What the hell is wrong with you people? Say hello to my little friend! I have had it with these snakes on this plane!
I am Iron Man.
What's in the box? What's in the box? Here's Johnny.
I'm gonna steal the Declaration of Independence.
Hey, want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
You are now listening to Post Credits with your hosts, Caleb Lingle Macias and Nate Perkins.
We're back.
What up?
To talk to you, the listeners.
Our beloved listeners.
Yes.
What is going on?
So, hope everybody had a nice Halloween. I know I did. I did nothing. What'd you do for Halloween, Caleb?
I moved my tree stand and I practiced shooting.
That was Halloween weekend.
Yeah, okay. Halloween, I did nothing.
Me neither. I was supposed to be doing homework. That didn't happen.
No.
But yeah.
The old lazy Nate.
Yeah, no. I gotta, it's weird. I'm already starting to get burned out on this semester, which is bad because we're just over the halfway point.
Yeah, we still got, 6 weeks left?
Yeah.
Yeah, 6 weeks left. Class.
So I gotta kick myself in the butt or something. Nice phrase.
Nice phrase.
Whatever a phrase
Nice,
is to get
clean.
somebody into the groove again. But yeah, we were both gone last weekend, so we didn't have a chance to catch up on any new movies that would be in like theaters or even like a Rivoli movie or even a movie at the U.
There's not a whole lot of new movies that we really want to see right now, though.
No,
either.
Venom is still in the Marcus.
Which we could, we could still see it.
No, we've talked about that.
We can
before.
sneak into the theater.
Yeah. No. I actually, what is at the Rivoli lately?
Nothing really. They are playing. I just looked earlier. The classic 1982 film Poltergeist today and tomorrow at like 10 o'clock. But
10 p.m.
10 or like 9, almost 10 o'clock, I think, something like that. But I don't know what new films. I know they had Ant-Man, and
Which was also at the U.
Yeah, so I don't think there was anything that we were really hyped to see. We could see The House with the Clock in the Walls with Jack Black.
It's gonna be a no for me, dog.
Yeah, I agree.
So let's talk about the one movie we did watch this week.
Which apparently you didn't like.
I didn't.
We watched Under the Skin. Under the Skin. What's your thoughts, Nate?
Well, let's give some more background around the movie.
All right.
Is it a Scottish or British or English movie?
Well, it takes place in Scotland. Well, I don't know. Aren't they kind of one and the same?
Well, no, Scotland, England, but yeah, a British film.
Yeah. But yeah, it was. I don't know. It's a British film, but it was filmed in Scotland. I don't know.
With Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah,
is probably the one. I'm honestly surprised. Is that an independent film?
Uh-huh.
They got her for that movie. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's not like a big budget film or anything. It's really interesting. I think it's always kind of weird when you see like big movie stars like Scarlett Johansson, she's in films like.
She literally was in the Avengers the year before.
Yeah, exactly, and she probably got paid, tons of money to do that, and now she's in Under the Skin, which is this kind of little indie A24 film. When A24 was still young and they.
In its infancy.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting. I wonder how much of the budget went to her pay.
Probably a lot.
Yeah.
Like Harrison Ford got $50 million from
Blade Runner
for Force Awakens.
Oh, yeah.
And that was like a big chunk of their budget.
Yeah.
Maybe like a sixth or a seventh of their budget.
It's insane to think about, man.
Yeah.
Why can't I be Harrison Ford?
Oh yeah. Yep. That's how you gotta live life.
Yep. Just complain about not being other
Harrison
people.
Ford.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, let's open up this can of worms.
All right. So basically, the story is it's kind of the way the story is told is it's kind of narratively loose, I would say. But basically, the plot is you have this alien, which Scarlett Johansson plays, who is basically coming to she drives around the city, around I think it's Edinburgh, however it's pronounced, and she lures men into this van. She takes them back to her place under the pretense of having sex, and then when they go in there, they're sucked into this black pool, and eventually have their innards sucked out of their skin and sent down through a trough of some sort. And yeah, it's not very narratively loose. I mean
Yuck.
that seriously. Yeah. But yeah, basically there's one person. Basically, what happens is there's one person that she meets, this guy who he's like a disfigured face, and he doesn't have very much like human contact, and it's not entirely explained. I think it's one of the movies that you really.
Ooh, mystery.
Well, I think it's a movie that's kind of begs to be analyzed. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But
Jeff would hate this movie.
he would despise this probably. But yeah, so she basically is like spares him and then runs away, and then her other alien counterparts have to find her. And eventually she is killed by a crazy rapist trucker guy after he finds out she's an alien.
Well, okay, I missed that, I guess. Was the guy with the disfigured face, was he spared? I don't think he was.
Well, no, she spared him. He wasn't spared in the long run because the other alien then snatched him up. But she pulled him back out of the pool, right? Because he went into the pool, and it was only after she was like looking in the mirror when she was coming down the stairs, and she went back up, pulled him out, and let him go back on his way. And then
Oh, I missed that part.
did you really?
How
Were you
did I
not
miss
paying
the part
attention?
of where? Yeah, I don't know. I missed that. That was a crucial part of
Boy,
the movie.
if you're dumbass.
Oops.
Yeah, but then but she leaves him naked or whatever, and he has to like he walks to some suburb or something, and then the other alien,
I saw that part.
takes him and I think kills him and puts him in his trunk or something. And yeah, we can assume that he got sent right back into the pool. But,
Probably.
But yeah.
I did not. And okay, this movie is definitely well made and well acted. Great visuals. And that's why I didn't like it. Because it made me so uncomfortable. It did its job.
It's an extremely disturbing, unsettling film. Just like
I couldn't even honestly remember the last time I'd been that. No horror movies ever gave me that experience. No thrillers have really. I hadn't felt that way in a long time. I was like, this sucks. This is no good.
Well, that's okay. I think that's where we disagree. Is that I think it's like uncomfortable to watch at certain points, but or just to experience. But like I think that's why I like it. So I think that's probably where we depart in this, is that how we view the fact that it's so creepy and uncomfortable.
Yeah, I guess I've never really been a huge horror fan, but I guess I do like thrillers, but I don't know, man. It just went too far.
This was hardly a thriller even. I mean, it's a very...
Well, what is it then? It's not really a horror. Well, it's kind of horror.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, that's the thing. It's hard to say.
Check IMDb.
Like, it's almost like this extremely abstract, like, art film, you know what I mean? Like when I'm referring to like narrative looseness, I mean I think that's the way it's like there are like scenes where it'll like focus in on one thing for like a very long time, and that's like there's like multiple times where it's just focusing in on her face, like in the rear view mirror or whatever, for just like minutes. And I feel like I don't know. I feel like it's it's trying to supplant it's almost like, I think of like Taxi Driver, where in reality the plot in that movie is so like thin, but there's so much that happens that it's like, whew, like what is going on? Like it kind of blows your mind without that much actually occurring. You know what I mean? Just based on the character of Travis Bickle, on all the factors that go along with it. And I think that this film is kind of the same, where and that's the thing, is it's even harder to analyze than Taxi Driver, because it's so unclear. You know what I mean?
Things are left to open interpretation.
They're open to interpretation.
Yes. Or that.
Yes. But I mean, I like films like that. I like really artsy, quote unquote, films.
Yeah. And I mean, I can appreciate them, but I cannot deny the feelings I had while watching this movie.
Yeah.
And but whatever.
Yeah, I remember you were like in the middle of the film, you're like, after one of the, I think maybe the first guy or the second guy got pulled under the pool, you were like, the adrenaline rush this movie is giving me is insane. I was like, wow.
Yeah. Scary.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? Oh, here's my theory. Here's my take.
Hot
Here's
take.
my hot take.
Nate's hot takes.
AKA my stupid opinion on what this movie's about. It's about veganism.
I really doubt that.
I
think that take is a little too hot, Nate.
Well, here's why it's so hot. So this is Logic 101. It was like I took logic and then I dropped it, but this is what I took from the class. There's a saying that says, if it's okay for humans to eat animals because they are less intelligent and stuff, then it's okay for super aliens to eat humans because we are less intelligent than them. That's what this movie's about. She is an alien feeding off humans. That's her way of farming them, is seducing them. And then their innards get shut. It's no accident that they get sent down a trough. That is a very farm-like thing, very industrial. The food corp thing,
big food
thing, and it just becomes one of the continuous stream of human. This movie's bad. Look what we're talking about right now. But that's what I'm saying, is that, like, this movie is about how a super alien is eating humans.
Wow.
What do you think?
Very astute observation, I think.
And it's okay because we're not as smart as them.
I don't know what to say, Nate. I really doubt that that's what Jonathan Glazer is trying to say with the movie.
He's trying to make everybody go vegan.
Maybe that's one way of looking at it, but I don't know. I felt it might have been a little more general, you know.
Yeah. Like what?
I don't know, man. Like,
no, but actually, like, I know I was joking around there, but I do honestly think that's one of the themes of the movie.
Is veganism?
Not veganism,
Or
but
just
like, I don't know, putting in context of like how we survive. Because this might be how these aliens survive. We don't know.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I guess it's a possible theme, but like, I don't know. It almost seems a bit too thin of a theme, just considering, like, well, I don't know. I guess I don't know what to say to that, man. Honestly, there's not many vegan films that I've seen, so I guess I couldn't say.
Oh, hold on, I'm gonna Google that now.
Vegan films.
What the health?
It's like documentaries.
Supersize Me. How is that vegan? That's just anti-McDonald's. Cowspiracy. Forks Over Knives. Okja.
Okja.
Food Inc. Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
What?
X'd out. That doesn't sound like a vegan film.
Edgar Wright. What? I don't. Yeah, that don't make no sense.
Well, these are all vegan documentaries.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Natalie Portman just released a vegan documentary or something.
Oh, really?
This year.
Annihilation 2.
Yeah.
Annihilating cows.
The cows and the chickens and pigs and shit. Yeah, I don't know. The theme seemed a bit more like the alien was like trying to like discover her humanity if she had any at all. You know what I mean? And because I think like pretty much her whole existence was luring these men, and she only saw the skin, basically, if you know what I mean. Like, she didn't see any deeper than the meat that they represented or whatever. And I mean, that's interesting, especially the way that they actually farm the humans is they just like sucked their insides out from the skin or whatever. They took what was under the skin, and I think she's like trying to figure out like what's under the skin in a more figurative way, like what I think people would, like beauty's only skin deep or whatever, like. And I don't know, especially the fact that under the skin she was this black alien or whatever. It kind of, yeah, I don't know.
No, that's definitely a good analysis, I would say.
Yeah, because I mean, yeah, I don't know. Well, because think about it, because the disfigured guy, he was the first person who was like, no, I don't really want to go back to your place or whatever. Like, he was like convinced that like what was going on wasn't real, and like he was the first person to express like something more than just like this horniness or whatever that all the other guys that she had lured in. And yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's a coincidence that after that, then she goes and she tries cake, or she tries even having sex, but there's nothing to do there, and yeah, and so I think she's trying to like she's almost convinced herself that she is a human or whatever by discovering these things, or at least she's trying to be. But then when she pulls off her skin, she like she can't be a human. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she's just faking.
Mm-hmm.
She's just the alien in human's clothing.
Yeah. I don't know, but I don't know. I personally really like this film. I mean, I thought it was like brilliantly made. At the scenes where like she's actually like luring them into the pool or whatever. Yeah, like first time I watched that, I was thoroughly like spooked. I was creeped out, and those like, especially with the music, that high pitched string that just kind of sits there. It's unsettling,
and it's like, oh my god! And the score too. Now that you bring up the score, it like just repeats certain things that don't sound good, and it just keeps repeating it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's just like make it stop, and that's the point, I guess. But
yeah,
unsettling,
very unsettling, very. But I mean, I really like this film. I don't know. I think watching it a second time was kind of weird because I only watched it like 2 months ago at home on Netflix, and it's, I don't know. It's just one of those films where I don't think you can watch it very often.
Yeah, I feel like if I watch it again, though, I wouldn't be as freaked out.
Yeah.
Because I know what's happening, so it would maybe leave some leeway to, think about what's going on more instead of the veganism.
Yeah.
I think my theory stands. There's evidence.
If you say so, man.
So, okay. So, in your analysis, then, what do you think is the purpose of them being on Earth?
Well, the purpose of them being on Earth is to obviously like farm humans or like capture them and eat them. I think that's their purpose, but her purpose diverts from that. You know what I mean? Or
Right.
like what she is after diverts from that, and that's why she has that other alien chasing after her the whole time, the biker alien, whatever. Yeah, and the biker, he's an actual like BMX competitive biker or something.
Really?
Yeah, that Glazer got on. Because all the scenes where he's like going super fast down those roads, those are all him.
He was booking it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh god.
Especially in the rain when I
Yeah.
was like, I wouldn't do that.
No. Need a professional for that.
Mm-hmm.
Ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and then it's also interesting how the film is like, they would literally have like hidden cameras and they'd actually lure people into the van. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it definitely had a unique production.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
So all those,
I don't
Oh.
think the people that got, well, obviously not the second guy. I don't know about the first guy that was sucked into the pool. Probably not. But all the guys who actually got sucked into the pool were actors. Everyone else that they encountered wasn't. I think that was like the point. But yeah.
it seemed like it. They definitely got a good authentic take
Yeah.
because
Well,
I couldn't understand.
Yeah. Well, you go down the left, mate. Oh, you go and take a left, and then you'll like.
Yeah.
They were very hard to understand, man. I think it's like a representation of the film as a whole. Hard to understand. You know what I mean?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yes.
Any final thoughts? I guess.
If you hate being uncomfortable while watching movies, skip this movie.
Yeah. If you don't like horror movies and you don't like being scared watching movies or anything, avoid this. Just do it.
Yes.
Unless you're very curious, but don't expect to feel good, you know.
Yeah. That's.
Well, rate it.
Yep. 6 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
Average
6
of
out of 10?
7.
I thought you would give it lower, honestly.
Well, no, because it's super well made and stuff, and I respect the movie. But
Mhm.
yeah, I just did not enjoy it very much.
Yeah, that's fine.
Clearly. No. If I would have given a 4 out of 10, you would have killed me.
I've been like, Nate,
No.
you're going down.
So 8 out of 10. Interesting rating.
Why?
I'm trying to think of other movies you also gave an 8.
I also gave what I don't know what movies have we even watched for this Let me think.
Well, you saw the movies you gave over the summer. You gave a lot of them
I
really
ga-
high scores, like Hereditary. I think you gave an 8.
I gave that
Or
a
9.
9. So I gave 8th grade a 10, Hereditary a 9, Annihilation a 9, Black Klansman a 9. I gave Incredibles an 8, and Blind Spotting an 8, and I'm trying to think of ones that you have seen.
I've seen Incredibles
Incredibles.
and Black Klansman.
And Black Klansman. Well,
Okay, how does this movie compare to Hereditary?
compare.
Yeah, like, is it same creepy level?
Well, Hereditary is more true blue horror, I would say. It's not as, I keep using this term, but it's not as narratively loose. Like, it's very clear the way that it's going, and it's probably not as thematic as Under the Skin is, maybe, where it's like trying to like probably present some like message or whatever. Hereditary is a bit more direct, but it is thoroughly, I don't know. You like horror, though, obviously. I mean, we watched The Shining, and that's a pretty creepy movie. You know what I mean? So I think it's less creepy, and it's more like, it's, as far as horror movies go, it's actually scary. You know, it's not like Truth or Dare or Slenderman or whatever.
Yeah,
like
Blumhouse.
some stupid Blumhouse film. But it's, yeah, I would say it's a better film overall, probably than Under the Skin, but it's definitely not as creepy or liable to induce as much fear or whatever as Under the Skin is.
Yeah, I guess maybe that's why I like The Shining, is because it doesn't really scare me.
Did Under the Skin, was it like scary to you?
It borderline did, yeah.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I guess I don't know how much you enjoy horror films, or like, I don't even, what horror films have we reviewed or seen together?
Do you consider A Quiet Place a horror movie?
I guess that's not that scary though. I mean,
yeah.
I guess it's horror, but it's not
It's like a drama horror.
it's almost, but it's like a monster movie too. You know what I mean?
Ooh, big monsters. All right. Ooh.
Yeah, but I still think you would like Hereditary, and I think we should watch that.
It's on the list.
It's on the list. Yeah.
Right after Venom.
That's gonna be a scary movie.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well. All right. So we're gonna take a quick break here, and then we'll get back to we're gonna do movie trivia today again. The highly popularized, highly requested bit that we haven't done in a while.
Yeah.
So.
Long while.
Yeah, so we're going to take a music break and we will be back. That was a nice fade out it did for me right there.
Yeah, you didn't have to. You didn't even have to manipulate the controls.
All right, Caleb, did you get enough time to do your movie trivia?
I did. Hold on. I'm writing out my last one right now.
All right, well, I'll explain to everybody. So we each prepared 5 questions for each other, and we have not discussed the questions, obviously, beforehand, so we'll both be hearing the questions now, live.
And I feel like your questions will probably be harder than mine. I don't.
That's how it was the last time we did this.
I feel like I'm terrible at gathering movie trivia.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, so do you want to go first, or should I go first?
You go first.
Okay, my first question.
All right.
Which of these actors has never directed a feature film? Danny DeVito, John Krasinski, Bill Hader, or Bradley Cooper?
I know Danny DeVito has. What was it, John Krasinski? I know John Krasinski has.
Bradley Cooper, Bill Hader.
I'm going to go with Brad. Nope, I'm going to go with Bill Hader.
Bingo. So, you know about Danny DeVito's Matilda?
Yeah, of course, dude.
Dang, I thought I was
I
counting
watched
on
that
you
when
not knowing that one.
I watched that when I was a kid, dude.
Yeah, I thought you might have forgotten that Danny DeVito directed it.
No, sir.
But yeah, good job. I thought that was gonna be a harder one for you. So it looks like you're set. All right.
We're going back and forth?
Yeah, let's go back and forth.
Okay. All right, I'll do an acting one as well. Who was originally supposed to play Niander Wallace in 2049?
Oh, geez, I knew this at one point. Oh, David Bowie.
Mm-hmm.
But is it Bowie or is it Bowie?
Bowie.
Okay.
But he died before they started shooting.
But they wanted him to play.
Mhm.
That's what Ridley Scott said.
Yeah, and then but then they got Jared Leto.
He did fine.
Well, no, I mean, yeah, he was fine, but Jared Leto's.
Yeah, Jared
Leto's Jared Leto.
He's a Leto. But no, that would have been awesome, I think.
I think it would have been great, yeah.
I mean, he was awesome in The Prestige.
Who was he in The Prestige again?
Nikola Tesla.
Oh, he was. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, the movie's freaking amazing.
Yeah.
I think we reviewed that movie last semester, but
I don't remember. We might
we
have.
should talk about it sometime. Anyway, here's my second question. Name a movie or TV show that includes both Bill Murray, and Chevy Chase in the cast.
Wait, say that one again?
Name a movie or TV show that includes Bill Murray and Chevy Chase in the cast.
Are there multiple of them? Or
Yes.
Chevy Chase is one of those actors who I can never picture in my head when I hear his name. So,
Here, I'll Google a picture of him.
all right, maybe I'll get it. I don't know if this counts as cheating, but
That's not cheating. It's just a visual reminder. That's him.
okay, Chevy Chase and Bill Murray.
And this is him when he was younger.
Yeah, I know who that is now.
Yeah. And
I have no idea, honestly.
what's your guess?
My guess? I don't even know. I can't. I'm trying to think of Bill Murray movies. Groundhog Day.
Close. No. They were together.
Or wait,
in-
Caddyshack.
Yes,
Okay.
you got it. I was gonna say. That's exactly what I was about to say. Oh, jeez.
Jeez. Oh God. What have we done?
Oops, went a little too far. Yeah. Good job. SNL would have also been acceptable.
Oh, SNL.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I think I've seen Caddyshack maybe once when I was young. Probably wasn't paying
Caleb,
very good
you shouldn't have
attention.
been seeing that movie. You were too young.
Whatever.
All right.
All right. In Good Will Hunting, whose lines were almost entirely improvised?
Whose lines Entirely improvised. Definitely not Matt Damon's. 'Cause he had some crazy lines.
Yeah.
My best guess is Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck?
Yes.
Close. Casey Affleck.
Oh, yeah, that makes more sense. Like, my boy's wicked smart.
My boy, I swallowed a bug.
Yeah.
Do you remember that line?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always forget he's in that movie too. Very small.
I think he's not a very big role or whatever,
Yeah.
but you know.
All right. So that was a good question. Here's my third question. It's a movie video game mashup.
Oh.
Which of the following video game franchises does not have a feature film in the works?
In the works, like currently?
Like, what? Yeah. Which of the following video game franchises does not have an upcoming feature film?
Oh, jeez.
Pokemon, Super Mario, Legend of Zelda, or Sonic the Hedgehog? Which one does not?
I know Super Mario does because I was reading they made a movie, a really terrible Super Mario Bros. Movie in the 90s, and I read they were making a new one for some reason. They're doing Pokemon.
Are they?
I thought, boy. So what are the other ones? Zelda or?
Sonic the Hedgehog.
My guess is Sonic.
Final answer?
I'm punching it in.
Incorrect.
What was it?
Legend of Zelda.
Oh, man. I was close.
Yeah, the Pokemon movie is going to be Ryan Reynolds. It's called Detective Pikachu, based on the Detective Pikachu video game, and Ryan Reynolds apparently is the voice of the Pikachu.
That's interesting.
The company that made the Minions movies and Despicable Me is making a Super Mario movie and the new Grinch movie with Tyler, the creator.
Does
And then there's a Sonic the Hedgehog movie coming out with Jim Carrey as Eggman, Dr. Eggman, if you know anything about Sonic
yeah.
characters. Yeah. So
Dr. Egg, that's Robotnik? Or,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and yeah, Legend of Zelda is there's been a huge demand of like fans trying to get a movie or even like a series out of it, but like Nintendo has not budged
That's interesting.
as far as I know.
You'd think that
I feel like it'd make a good movie or
yeah.
TV show.
I feel like it potentially could, yeah, but I don't have high hopes for any video game movie. Period. I don't think I've ever seen a single good one.
Well, because the problem is it's not with any movie based on other property is not just use the name to get money to cash in.
Yeah, and that's what most of them do.
Right.
They just like
It's like the Assassin's Creed or
Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Or think like Rampage, you know?
exactly that too.
Like games like that. Does that really need a movie to Dwayne The Rock Johnson movie to accompany it? I don't think so.
Yeah.
But, you know, whatever.
And oh my god, that movie was so cheesy with the trailer. It was like, because I guess the video game had the white ape, the crocodile, and the wolf, and then the white ape and the wolf showed up, and then The Rock was like, the only thing missing is a giant crocodile. It's like nobody in that world would come to that conclusion.
Yeah, this is the logical... out of all the animals in the world, it had to be... Yeah, that's really...
It's like, that's
dumb.
literally just because of the game.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think the Mario movie, or the Pokemon and Mario movie might be okay.
I think you're saying that because you have a Pokemon and Mario bias.
I do, a little bit. I'm not that big of a Mario fan, but I used to dabble hard in Pokemon. I guess
Yeah.
it's not dabbling if it's hard.
Yeah. Dabble hard.
New phrase. Dabble. Hard-dabble.
Hard dabble.
All right.
Yeah.
What's your third question?
I don't know if this one's gonna be easier. What film from the year 2000 is considered an adaptation of Homer's Odyssey?
Voice crack. I'm pretty sure I know where.
Do you want a hint?
Oh, brother, where art thou?
Yeah,
Was that made in 2000?
it was. Well,
Huh.
it was released in 2000. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was made in 2003 or something.
I wanted.
Yeah, it's a very loose adaptation.
Yeah, very. They got. Yeah, I don't know. I was just reading a bunch of trivia on it. I wanted to include it because I really liked that film, but I was like, I wasn't sure if that one was gonna be easy or what. That movie's, you know, the tint that they did, it's almost like a darkish tint that they have to the whole film.
Yeah.
The entire thing was digitally graded or whatever by the cinematographer. I think it was Roger Deakins, actually, the cinematographer.
Really?
Yeah. Or I don't know. It was one of those guys. Or wait, Roger Deakins. Needs Googling. Go to the crew, dude.
The cast?
No, the crew.
The cast?
What?
The directors? Full cast and crew. Writing credits. Jeez. Yeah, it is Roger Deakins.
Yeah. So he went through the entire film and graded it all digitally, frame by frame.
Wow.
Yeah. Because the Coen brothers, well, now I don't know if it was, I think both them and Deakins, they didn't like the lighting, or like they wanted it to look more like dirty or whatever to like give off the vibe that they were trying to do. But yeah, I don't know.
Depression era.
Yeah.
Dust Bowl.
They wanted it to look dusty, and it didn't look dusty enough. Yeah.
Okay, here's my fourth question. Which candy was famously used to lead E.T. around in E.T. Extraterrestrial?
I should know this, shouldn't I?
It's pretty big in pop culture history.
Big if true.
It is true, and it is big.
Big in pop culture.
I don't know about that. I was exaggerating. But
Well, what candy isn't? I'm gonna say a Hershey's chocolate bar.
okay, let me be more clear about the connection. Which candy was used to like make a trail of it
Oh,
to lead like E.T. around to the closet or wherever he wanted to hide him.
M&M's.
Final answer?
I guess so.
Reese's Pieces.
Reese's Pieces.
Because Eminem passed on the deal to get included into that movie.
And Reese's took it up.
Yeah, and because they had just started Reese's Pieces, and people claim that's the reason why they didn't go under, is because of the movie. The movie blew up.
When did that movie come out? 82? Or
Yeah, that sounds right. E.T.
at
at the Extraterrestrial. 82. Yep.
82. That's interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen that movie in forever either, and I don't remember it very well. It's one of those movies that I think everybody loves, and I think I'd give it, but it's not very realistic. That's why I'm giving it a 2 out of 10. But yeah, I don't know. It's one of those movies that is like super. It's very culturally important, especially to film and just in general, but I don't know. It's never really like caught my interest too much, and I haven't seen it in a long time.
Well, we should rewatch it. Okay. What's your fourth question?
All right. What movie did Quentin Tarantino write and then hate after it was made?
So he didn't direct it?
No.
He wrote it?
He wrote it, and then once it was made, he hated it.
I feel like there's very few movies that he just wrote and didn't direct.
There's a few of them.
There's a few that he wrote and didn't direct?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, jeez. Are these like the ones that have never been released in theaters?
No. These are like mainstream movies, well-known movies.
He wrote it, and then he hated it.
He hated the final product, basically.
But he didn't direct it?
No.
Okay. From Dusk Till Dawn?
No.
That's my final answer.
That's your final answer? No.
Yes.
Natural Born Killers.
That was him?
Mm-hmm. He wrote that, with Woody Harrelson and
I don't know if I've seen that.
I think Juliet, I can't remember the actress's name. You haven't seen that?
Mm-mm.
I'm not sure if you would like it. It's very, it's kind of an insane movie, to be honest. Well, actually, I don't know. You might like it. It's not scary or anything. Like,
Oliver Stone wrote the screenplay.
I think I think what happened was Quentin Tarantino came up with the story or whatever and handed that off he sold that to Oliver Stone, and then Oliver Stone kind of went wild with it, and I don't know, it's one of my favorite movies of all time, honestly, but I think it's kind of hard to, it's one of those movies that it's hard to love, you know what I mean? And I can't
In
really,
what way?
you kind of just have to see it, honestly, because the style it's made in, it's like this, I don't know, it's almost like how I would describe it is that it's like a collage of about a million different ideas and cinematographic styles all thrown into one movie as many times as they possibly could. And
I'm interested now.
I don't think you could imagine that with that explanation, but it's very...
Is it on Netflix?
No.
Ah.
I don't think so. But I did watch it over the summer, and it's honestly just, it's insane, and it's great, and add that to your list, man.
All right. It sounds interesting. I think I might. I don't know, but Tarantino, man.
It's very violent.
Big surprise. Tarantino
From
movie is
Tarantino
violent.
film. Yeah.
Can you believe it? Okay.
Also, did he write Dusk Till Dawn or From Dusk Till Dawn? Or did
I'm
he
pretty
just-
sure he did. I can look it up real quick.
I know he was in it, obviously, but very foot fetish.
Yeah, he wrote the screenplay. He didn't come up with the story, but
He just wrote the screenplay so he could suck on Salma Hayek's foot.
I forgot that part happened. That movie's just hilarious,
It
though.
is.
I'm sorry. It's so funny.
I think when we first watched it freshman year with Cole or whatever, and he was like, "You guys are never going to expect what happens," and he was so right.
I knew what was gonna happen. But you didn't. Yeah,
I
you were
didn't.
super surprised.
I was like, "What in the hell just happened, dude?" That movie is it's just a trip, man. I don't even know how to describe that movie. I like it, but it's just a weird thing. Oh, yeah.
All right, time for my fifth question.
All right.
Which MCU actor has not, keyword not, additionally appeared in a non-MCU Marvel movie? So there's the the Marvel movies outside the MCU, the Fox, Sony's,
Like
whatever.
Fantastic Four.
So which MCU actor has not?
Male
Been in both.
actors.
Yeah, they're all men.
Okay.
Chris Evans,
It's not him. I know he's in Fantastic Four.
Tim Blake Nelson, if you know who that is.
Who is he?
He's in Holes. He's in Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Who does he play in the MCU?
Is that a spoiler? Wouldn't that answer the question?
I thought you were saying. Wait. Restate the question.
Okay, which MCU actors? So yes, you're right. They are in the MCU. Has not appeared in a Marvel movie. It's a dumb question. Sorry, I didn't realize how dumb it was.
Okay, so these are actors that are
have been in the MCU.
they have roles in the MCU.
Yes, and the question is, which one does not also have another role in a
Another
non-MCU Marvel movie?
So who does Tim Blake Nelson play in the MCU?
He's in the Incredible Hulk. He's the scientist who tries to undo, Bruce Banner's Hulk thing.
Oh, the
His head extends.
The nerdy guy.
Yes.
Or,
You know who the actor is, right?
I'm just gonna look him up.
He's in Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? He's one of the guys. He's the shorter guy, like the very distinct voice.
Oh, is he the stupid guy in that, or you know what I'm talking about?
No, stupid guy that turns into the frog. No,
Hold on.
he's the one who sings in the jailhouse now. You know, brother.
Yeah,
that guy.
Hold
That's
on.
Tim
I just
Blake
need to
Nelson.
see. I just need to see his face real quick.
Well,
Sorry, I don't see why that. Okay, yeah, I know who that is. Never mind.
okay.
I didn't look up.
Cheater.
I didn't look up the answer date. I was just Googling
All right, there's two
this
more
actor.
options.
Okay.
Michael B. Jordan and Clark Gregg.
Well, I know Michael B. Jordan was in Fantastic Four too. Who was the other guy?
Clark Gregg,
Who does he play in the MCU?
Agent Coulson.
I don't know. This is a tough one. I know that it's between Mr. Nelson and Mr. Greg. Wait, Clark Gregg or Greg Clark? What was it?
Yeah, Clark Gregg. And remember, the question is which person has not appeared in both kinds of Marvel movies? Just the MCU.
Well, I can't. I'm trying to think of other Marvel movies. Tim Blake Nelson. It wasn't. I'm gonna go with Clark Gregg.
That's correct. Tim Blake Nelson was also
else?
in the new Fantastic Four with Michael B. Jordan.
Was he?
Yeah.
So
That's
everyone.
how forgettable that movie is. I guarantee you'd forget that he was...
Well, yeah. Who is he in that?
I don't know, he's one of the scientist dudes who are like, oh,
Science.
the government wants this to happen.
But I'm a scientist.
Yes.
The government is against me.
See, the thing should be used as a weapon. Like that.
No, it should not be used as a weapon. Shut up.
He's
Shut
a
up.
human. Shut up. He's a weapon.
Shut up, you nerd.
We're gonna ruin those Soviets with this guy.
Or the government.
We're the government, and we'll do what exactly what we want.
We want to use everything for weapons.
That trope.
Yeah. But that's like Jurassic World.
Exactly.
We need to use these raptors for
War.
to kill Arabs.
We just Jurassic World be like, we just traded our whole military for raptors.
For raptors. Yeah.
If that means anything
Really?
in this game,
Really think about that. What the hell could raptors do that skilled infantry or a fucking tank couldn't do?
and you don't have to pay raptors.
Oh, true that. I forgot about that. You just have to pay God knows how many millions of dollars to get them,
Yeah.
which is probably cheaper than building a tank, but whatever. Yeah, it's just one of the stupidest tropes ever. I just hate it so much. And it's used they use that in, I'm pretty sure they use that in Fallen Kingdom too. Didn't they use it in the first Jurassic World, right? The whole, we need them for weapons. And then the second one, he's like auctioning them off to like other governments or some
Very
shit.
rich people.
Yeah. And then
yes, we
and
are
like,
going to buy a raptor to destroy the bad guys.
twist my mustache. And yeah, and one of the the new dinosaur that he makes, because he got apparently in this new era of Jurassic World, you gotta make a new dinosaur every movie.
See, they genetically spliced the T-Rex, the modern chicken, a raptor, and the shoebill to make the most
shoebill.
ferocious dinosaur yet.
Whoa!
The Tyrannochickensaurus shoebill.
They spliced all of the 10 most terrifying animals in the world. Yeah,
including a human.
Yeah.
So can it feel love?
Can it feel
Jurassic Park 3 rom-com.
emotions?
I fell in love with the Tyranno-human raptor chicken.
The raptor's out of my league. Yeah, but they gotta, and the raptor is like, it's like part of it's like they trained it or whatever so that when it sees like a certain laser point to like a spot or whatever, it attacks that. Or like if you point a laser at an enemy, the raptor will attack that. What possible...
Lasers.
Because you literally need to have someone pointing lasers. Then, I mean, like, you're still going to have people out there. It's not like, what's the point?
There's a sniper a mile away. Get out the super green laser.
Yeah.
Ding! We got him. All right, raptor.
Super strong.
Go start. And they just starts running.
God, stupid.
All right, what's your last question?
My last question.
How many have you gotten right? So you've gotten... I guess we'll figure that out after this last question.
Have you been recording which ones I got right? Because I haven't been recording which ones you got right.
I think I
remember.
We'll just go over it again. We'll figure it out.
Whatever.
Who wins
So,
the ultimate prize.
all right, my last one is, what Stanley Kubrick film has one actor playing 3 characters?
One actor playing 3 characters?
What's going on, buddy?
That's probably Jeff, isn't it?
Didn't look like him.
Oh. One actor playing 3 characters. I'm gonna feel really stupid if the answer is The Shining, but I don't think it is.
Well, what do you think?
I'm gonna go with
Jack Nicholson plays his wife.
I'm gonna go with 2001. What's the right answer?
Dr. Strangelove.
Well, yeah, okay. So, who does it?
Peter Sellers. He plays. There's like a. Who does he play? He plays the president.
Mm-hmm.
He plays some like British officer or whatever, and then he plays. Who else does he play? Oh, and he plays the Dr. Strangelove character. But it's funny because Kubrick did not want to do that. He wanted Peter Sellers on there, but he didn't want Peter Sellers playing 3 characters. That was a studio decision because Peter Sellers was in another movie before that where he played 3 characters as well, and the studio for some reason was like, "Oh, that's a good idea. Let's do that too." And Stanley Kubrick was like, he was like kind of pissed off about it because he didn't want to do it at all.
Wait. Stanley Kubrick was angry.
Yeah.
Big if true.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem like the kind of guy who'd get angry.
No, he's a very tame guy, you know. Yeah. But
It's all right. So I
guess-
got that wrong.
yeah. And oh shit, hold on. All right, how many did I get right?
You got the first one right, and the last one right. So you got 2 right.
Only 2? Which ones did
Yeah,
I get
you
wrong?
said you got Bill Hader right.
All right.
You couldn't name a movie or TV show. Oh no, you did get that one right. So you got 3 right because you said Caddyshack at the end with Bill Murray and Chevy Chase. You got the video game one wrong. You said Sonic.
Right.
You didn't get the candy one right with E.T.
No.
And you got the last one right. So you got 3 right.
All right. And you got the Oh Brother Where Art Thou one right. I made the foolish mistake of erasing the questions after I asked them, but I think I remember them. You got the Niander Wallace one right. You got
Is that it?
no. Wait. Oh Brother Where Art Thou, Niander Wallace. You didn't get the Stanley Kubrick one. I can't even. What were my? Oh, you didn't get the Natural Born Killers one, and and you did not get the Good Will Hunting one.
Oof!
So
I
you got
lose.
2. I win, baby.
Oh man.
You won last time, didn't you?
Yeah. So it's a 1-1
We're
in movie trivia.
we're tied.
Tied 1-1.
All right.
So, well, I guess we're pretty much out of time now.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
It is 2:00. We have to roll because the schedule's kind of crammed these days.
Kind of really goofed it up.